What you're looking at right now is not natural to human beings. I don't mean me, I mean your phone. I think that in order for technology to evolve or become created, the species who creates it or develops it um, will develop it in a way that it is harmonious with that species, us in this sense. So when you see stuff like pyramids, that technology of a past civilization that was made with the earth and was in I believe harmonious like balance with the people who created it. Our technology, however, is not harmonious with us, and it doesn't take much looking to see that. I mean this. I mean this tech. This whatever you'd base our technology, however you'd word that. Computers, perhaps, and AI, whatnot, microchips. Um, there is a story in UFL lore, and which is what I have to call it because I have no proof of these things. I haven't been in any of them. Right, I've been living my life. But it says that back in the day, around World War II, whatever it was, somewhere around there, Nordics and Greys, as two different factions, approached U.S. government and gave them offers of either the Nordics gave them the offer for world peace and prosperity and like all the wonders of the universe kind of thing, like cool technologies that would help us live forever and be healthy, all the good stuff, right? But they would have had to relinquish power, and everyone would know the truth. And then the Greys, and then the Greys were reported to offer technology in exchange for access to Earth and or people or whatever. Um, and they took that one, and that's how we have this technology we have now. This that you're looking at. And I think that's a good reason why it's just kind of a fucked up. We all feel shitty, and I think anyone who doesn't say that they feel uneasy about something in the world or like how things are going or what they're, and that's because of these phones and television and um, all this programming that we watch. And so yeah, that's just the base Coles Notes. I don't know if Coles Notes is the right thing to say. It just popped in my brain, but like that's this the that's kind of the foundation of why with this technology it's destroying us, and science and the way science is being used for engineering and what we're doing with it. We're just yeah, it's like I don't know. It's not natural. You look at people they build. You can watch videos um, of these people building uh, cups, like making cups from the earth, and they're beautiful. Like, it's like nicer than anything our technology would probably create. But it takes a lot of time and effort. Now, if that was just constantly progressed and progressed and progressed, and everyone was doing it, and everyone was coming up with new ideas, and we engineered better stoves, whatever, to cook them, and like ways to sort the mud, and like we do that kind of thing, but um, anyway, if it progressed like that, you're eventually going to get to like a high technology of Earth and the sciences of the planet. Like you're just going to know this place and ourselves, and it'll be technology that would take us into realities we couldn't probably even imagine right now. But with the technology we're currently following, like, it isn't getting better. So it's something to think about with all this information that's coming out. And yeah. You see a lot of people getting back to nature, and I'll tell you what, man, there's nothing in this day and age where a person could become a millionaire using these things we're staring at. Literally, you could sit on it, and there's ways you can make millions of dollars. And yet I have zero motivation to want to do that. I just want to be outside doing things, yet I stay stuck inside. I stay inside. And people stay inside. Like, we save money to go camping, and we spend money to go be out in the wilderness when, like, it's free and we could just be in it. Like, there's something about us that's just like the technology we're using and the way we're thinking. It's not natural. And I don't think it's good. It's fear. I'm going to totally change gears here, but I had said a while ago about the moon being an AI alive with artificial intelligence, and it's meant to create the reality we live in here on Earth, good or bad. Based on my last talk, when I said about Earth being a school or a prison or whatever it is, it's a place where our souls live. Or we go into these bodies, and we're tied to this body until it dies. And oh well, we can leave it, I guess. I mean, some people have that ability, but ultimately, we aren't aware of things where our memories are wiped. We have this experience in this body ultimately through, like, some say the illusion of time, but through time of it passing through and having our experiences and having free will, we live out an experience that is incredibly, just feels 100% all that there is. And and so then, in order for that to happen, the moon is used to do that. And it's something of, maybe there's like a signal that's broadcast or something that's in our bodies or something to do with whatever cuts us off from source. That's, sorry, I was thinking there along what I was trying to say, but like basically what cuts us off from source, and the moon has something to do with it. Or maybe this technology and chemicals we ingest also help, but maybe it's that which can then create fear, which creates our ability to need to think things, not just know them or feel them or experience them. We go inside our brains, and we think stuff, we invent stuff, we imagine things, we think because we're afraid of an outcome, or afraid of not receiving an outcome. And that causes us to destroy ourselves. We think ourselves into destruction. Yeah. Well, it's a good video of watching me thinking. Yeah. There's a fogginess. I wonder how Wi-Fi affects us. And what's like. Our body is our vehicle, and it's not tuned properly, it's not going to behave, or it's not going to perform in the way it's supposed to. And if we don't have an absolute knowledge of how our body systems work and how to have them perform at optimal level, then we're not getting an actual reality, or we're not experiencing life the way we're supposed to. And so maybe where I'm trying to go with this is that if you're not aware that you're being manipulated by giving you bad, like if we're not aware of how our bodies are affected by things, we're just told, oh, it's not that, it's not enough to really affect you, we don't see any real results. Well, that kind of talk is just, it's deceptive, and it's not true. Everything affects you, your body. I do believe there's an element that fights against chemicals and stuff, but like the fact that you look at animals in nature, as far as I can tell from what I've learned, and I'm not an expert by any means, but they don't get like illnesses the way we do. You know what I mean? And if they do, it's probably because they're ingesting something that humans are dumping somewhere. For the most part, they live healthy, and it's when they get like a broken leg, for instance, or they starve to death, or they freeze, or they're killed by predators, or any number of ways. But that's how they die, and that would be more, and that's like natural, right? Like it's, whereas we die of all these illnesses, and our medicine is good in the sense that we can fix a broken leg and not die from it, and we can have penicillin to kill infections, and we can have, operations for trauma. But being fed chemicals to treat chemical illnesses or just lacks of nutrition, it's not natural. And these phones that we're staring at, it's not natural. And the technology we use, technology that was natural to us, I believe, was like, like the use of fire. It's the use of, we can use electricity, but not in the way this is, but it can be used. I think that's ultimately what the pyramids were. And that makes a lot more sense than what they say nowadays. But anyway, it makes way more sense that it was a power generation plant that produced electricity for whatever reasons that it was then used for too. Electricity can be used for a lot of different things, not just making light. So the technologies that would naturally be produced by us being physical beings of this earth, it's just not lining up. And I don't think it's a good thing. It's not to help us, and it's not to empower us or expand our reality. It's meant to keep us in a box and control us. So just remember that. Seems like a lot of people are moving to the outdoors, which is good. I think those will ultimately be the people who move on to a higher consciousness, or those who just get away from the tech. I think if you move into that, you're going to start getting shit put in your bodies, running your life, letting AI make your decisions for you. You no longer earn power. You are now a slave to whatever you are using to run your life, because without it, you die. Or you can't survive, or you got to learn how to survive now again. So it's like, while you have the chance, you should be learning some ability to live, like get your body in shape, and like start to read again, and plant a garden, learn how to shoot. Even if you don't have to kill anything, you can just learn how to shoot. Learn how to shoot a bow. Learn how to sling a stone. Learn how to shoot a gun. Guns are human technology. I'm not saying for good or bad. I mean, they're ultimately used to kill and destroy, so that's not a good thing. But that's a human technology still. It's like you use with your body. But yeah, it's war weapons. You don't need that shit, never mind. But like, if you did need it to survive, it's there. But I think ultimately a bow is what you really all you need. Well, not nowadays, because there's too many people, not enough animals to eat by hunting means. But anyway, in a natural setting. But yeah, guns, because it's fire and it's metallurgy, right? We can dig metal out of the ground, we can heat it up, melt it, form it, make gunpowder, encase it, propel an objective with the explosion of the fire, right? That's a natural technology to Earth and to how our body works, how our reality works. Because there's basically two paths of technology, and that's going back to the very start of what I started when I started this off with, about the story about the Nordics and the Greys offering technologies to the government in the past. The Nordics version of technology was said to be in balance and like explore the universe, become part of the global or the galactic civilizations, right, in peace and harmony with each other, exploring and finding and creating and all that. And then the Greys was just about, well, we'll give you this technology which will give you ultimate power, you the individual, these children who run the world, like I said before, who just need power to feel safe. And they chose power, and we've been reaping the negative side effects of it, all the wars and the misinformation and all the lies. So you have to wake up to the fact you've been lied to. If you can't face that, then I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be slamming your head against a brick wall. People like me popping up saying shit constantly. It's only going to get more. People are waking up to it. So you can either get with the program or just be fucking scared your whole life and angry. Or you can realize you've been lied to. Start realizing that, like, love will take you and give you what you need, but you can't decide what that is. Things are going to happen to you. Things will come your way. It's the spirituality of life that will help you get away from the trap that has been set on us. And you just have to get back to enjoying, like, find a passion and follow it. That's probably the best thing you could do to heighten up your vibration, to put yourself in an excited state, and realize when the negativity comes up, you see it in other people, you see it in the world. We're all sick. We've all been lied to. We've all been misled. We all have this fear in our brains and we don't know what to do with it. All this ability to think and imagine, and then we have all this bad information come in. We twist that around and come up with this idea that we think is true, and we act on it. And all that information is mostly bullshit. It's not true. Even what I'm saying is not true. It's like you have to have your own truth, and that's, God, that sounds fucking so stupid saying that shit, but it's like it's true. Look, yeah, like, but I don't mean fuck. Okay. Earth, nature, love, creation, created to be beautiful or something nice, like created good to look at, created to help, not created to destroy it or hurt, but like creation creation in love. Okay, remember I said it before. You have love, you have fear. Okay, masculine, feminine. This is masculine love is protection. Feminine love is creation. Masculine fear is control. Feminine fear is destruction. So all decisions and everything we see and all that is all based on that quadrant of that four, that's cross. Spread out in infinite realities, possibilities. And our technology and way of life is fear and is control and destruction a lot of the time. So move into protection and creation.